The pride of the gate. Draw more the wicked, straight from the storybooks. It took a veritable army to run him
Don't
from
be
the
shy.
wood of sharp.
Have a gander at the
Who the
finest
hell's
stock.
brought him here?
Let's get going. Welcome to our humble... Wait, are you Karlach? A lot of us were in Avernus. We saw you fighting. You were so good.
Well, yeah, I guess I was. I mean, you should avoid fighting for devils if you can. But if you can't, it helps to have a good right hook.
I saw you lay out a Moor demon in 2 hits. Bam! Bam! We were all like, whoa!
Ever heard of the Blade of Frontiers, kid? If you like monster smashing, you might be a fan of his work.
Who's that?
A lovely chap. Didn't kick ass in the Blood War, but that's neither here nor there.
That's true. But he never got kidnapped by a devil either.
Oh my gosh.
Huh?
Sorry, kid. Look, forget about us begrudgers and bruisers. From the look of things, you've got your wits about you. A clever mind and a bit of style will take you a long way. Fight with those, and you may find you never need to use your fists at all.
In that case, want to buy a lucky ring I found?
Ha! Nice try, Shorty. Keep it up, though, and you'll be scamming with the greats in no time.
Scamming with the greats? What kind of advice is that?
You know what it's like. If given half a chance, the coast would eat a tiefling alive. Never mind one who's been to the hells and back. If the kid's got a skill, he should use it however he can.
Premium... Check it out. We've gone legitimate, and Mole put me in charge. What do you need?
You know, yours is the first happy face I've seen in a good while.
I'm alive, ain't I? What's not to like?
Good point. Well, let me see what you have.
I'm not supposed to mention it to anyone, but I do have something pretty special in stock. A key. What does it look like? What does it open? What treasures await behind its lock? That's for one lucky buyer to find out. Mole gave it to me and said I shouldn't let it go to just any old jackaday.
Well, I'll buy it from you.
This is a valuable piece, so it's gonna cost a lot. And that is The price isn't changing.
You drive a hard bargain, but it's a deal.
Yes! That's my first negotiation. Here. Pleasure doing business with you. Last Light's best bargains right here!
Don't wander far. We need to talk.
Such soothing light here. As if Seluna herself was caressing my skin.
Oh no.
Your move, Maul.
You trapped me? I didn't even want to take this one.
Kalimshan rules, dear. The first piece touched is the first piece moved.
That's garbage! No matter where the night goes, I'm gonna lose it!
Then make the sacrifice useful. Guard your Mistra, or come for my Cyric.
What's going on here?
Look who made it! For once, I saved your butt out there, didn't I? We're square now, Chief. Say, do you play lance ball by any chance? It's my first time playing.
I don't want to interfere. And then she'll mentally say a little prayer.
My, the Thescan double counter gambit. Vicious. Exactly what I would have done.
How's that for Calamsham rules?
Brava. Lovely work. I see I was right to make you the offer I did. You will consider it, won't you? What a lovely specimen she is. A blushing apple begging to be plucked.
Please let me smack this creep.
Her victory was hollow, of course. Frankly, I expected better of you. Did Moll ask to have your god win the game for her?
A god is quite handy when dealing with devils.
Oh, I promise on every treasure I own. You've never dealt with a devil like me before. But don't you worry about Moll. It goes without saying she still has the unconditional freedom to choose the only option she has left. Besides, I do enjoy being in this neighborhood again. It has such a rich history of abject tragedy. And tragedy, my friend, well, there's my bread and bloody butter.
Just stay away from Moll. You hear?
She won. She has a taste for it now. She'll be the one who comes to me. But enough about my lesser pursuits. Why bother with trifles when I'm in the illustrious presence of my very favorite client? Tell me, oh apple of my eye, how have you been? You don't have any gills to get green around yet, but you do look a little worse for wear in this light.
Leave me alone, Hellspawn.
All in good time, dear. See you soon.
There is so much irony going on here. If you don't know why, you should check out Glow's backstory, episode 0.
A blushing apple begging to be plucked? Raphael's angling for the girl's soul.
We need to warn her away from Raphael before it's too late.
We should at least try. The girl's as bold as a lamb cavorting in a lion's den. But I think she's clever enough to flee before the jaws close around her neck. One way or another, she'll see there's no winning Raphael's game, and she'll walk away.
And if she doesn't?
Then Raphael collects another trophy, and Moll sells her independence to the Hells. You've seen what happens when a bound soul reaches for freedom. I can't imagine what cruel penance Moll would pay if she were ever to resist that fell bastard.
Nice strategy back there. If we put our heads together, I bet you and me could make a tidy stack of coin in Baldur's Gate. But Raphael's offered me a partnership already, and it seems like a sweeter deal than throwing my lot in with you.
No, kid. No.
Our kind have enough trouble with devils. You should stay away from this one.
If our kind looked out for one another, we wouldn't need to deal with devils.
You need to believe in yourself, Moll, not the empty promises of a fork-tongued monster.
Zevlor had belief. Didn't get him anywhere good. Besides, Raphael wasn't promising anything stupid. Protection for me and my kids, that's all.
Her smile is broad, her eyes twinkling, her face the very picture of innocence. She's clearly lying.
But I haven't accepted nothing yet. Sounds like you're in deeper than I am.
This isn't about me, it's about your soul. What did he really offer?
He said he could get me and my gang to Baldur's Gate. I reckon he can do it too. Don't care what your law says. And also, when we get there, I'd be head of the Thieves' Guild.
Trust me, it might sound good, but it's not worth it.
Easy for you to say. You can do what you want, go where you want. My kids need protecting, and I'm gonna protect them. Look, you saved us. Not knocking that. But after you left, Zevlor lost his nerve. Gave up the fight. I won't. Now there's no grove, no coin, no one taking us to the city. I'm not letting my crew get eaten by shadows. Maybe I'll make a deal, maybe I won't. But it'll be my choice, not the devil's, and not yours.
Premium trinkets and doodads.
One of the worst things about getting old. Watching kids make the same exact mistakes you made. And knowing there's absolutely nothing you can say to change their mind. Then again, Mole's a hell of a lot smarter than I was at that age. Maybe she'll figure it out.
She will. She's clever. Frighteningly so.
True enough. She'll go far in the city. We've just got to get her there safely.
Now what's all the racket over here?
There's another bottle of Arabellan Dry back there. Put it on the bar, then piss off and leave me alone.
Jaheira said we should serve drinks, but that we shouldn't serve drunks.
Jaheira didn't save your ragged little tail from the cultists. I did.
Want to talk about your sorrows? Instead of drowning them?
I'd rather drown than talk to a sanctimonious prick like you. If you're here to save the day again, you're a little late this time.
I sense your cup overflows with pain. Do not blame yourself, Roland.
Myself? No, you god-bothering idiot. I blame you.
I was ready to cut and run back at the Grove, but you had other ideas. Carl and Leo are taken in by your crap. You convinced them to play hero, and now they're gone.
Then it's my responsibility to bring them back.
They're my responsibility. You go save the world. Or your own arse. Or whatever it is you do. I'll fix this.
If this is about Roland, go away!
I'm sorry he was mean.
He acts like he wished we weren't here. Like he wished he hadn't saved us.
But he did save you. That's what matters.
And now we're just trying to save him from drinking himself stupid.
I get it. You were trying to look after him.
Yeah. He did save us after all. Anyway, it's his loss.
What do you mean, his loss?
I found this book. Old, dusty, full of strange lettering. Pretty sure it's magic. I was gonna give it to Roland so he could learn new spells, you know? Beats drinking till he forgets the ones he knows.
That's a great gift. I'm sure he'll love it.
Maybe. Thanks for talking and stuff.
Right here.
I tried telling Mr. Roland that he'd had enough too. He didn't like it then either.
Such a grumpy man.
Thought you'd be 10 yards tall the way Zevlor spoke of you. Ceres, Scout. Seems we missed one another at the Grove, but the others told me how you helped us. A pity. You pulled them from one death trap, only for me to land them in this one.
Roland said his siblings were taken. What happened out there?
Aye. Don't blame him for drinking this place dry. We were ambushed, out in the cursed lands. Cultists of this absolute. Zevlor froze, begged us to surrender. But they were toying with us, making examples. And we'd had enough of taking it. Those of us who cut free just kept running till we found this place. The others... maybe the cult got them. Maybe the curse.
To despair is fruitless. To hope is divine. Do not give up.
Hope? You would bid me hope? We've no brighter horizon ahead of us. There's just the city. If I can get us there alive. But... thanks. It was sweet of you to try.
Anyone have any good news that they want to share? Maybe?
So the plan is to do nothing. He still won't speak. Just keeps going with the bloody song.
Nothing of use on his person.
His original writ of duty, signed by Eltan himself. Fella must be one of the very first Flaming Fist.
He must know something. Let's not give up on him yet.
Florrick.
Hells. I know that voice. Well? In Timora's name, what happened to you?
The Hells have had their vengeance, and I doubt they are done with me.
Ye gods. Fate has no shortage of troubles to burden us with. We believe the cultists have taken your father to Moonrise Towers. I don't suppose you found a way in?
Not yet.
I trust you will do everything you can to free the Duke. But in case you don't find a way, I'll be heading to Baldur's Gate to seek reinforcements. The Council sent a carrier pigeon with news that the city has been dealing with absolutist attacks. The Steel Watch is holding strong. I'll request that Lord Gortash send some of them to aid in the fight against Moonrise. The curse won't harm them.
Holy shit. That's my old boss. The guy who sold me to Zariel.
Gortash, as in Enver Gortash. Last I knew, he was a minor player in city affairs.
A lot's changed since you left Baldur's Gate, Will. Gortash has gained considerable influence since then.
Wait, you're leaving? While Duke Ravengard is still captured in Moonrise?
My role here is limited. I can be put to better use convincing the Council to send reinforcements to help rescue the Duke. With the Steel Watch at our backs, we can storm the tower whatever Ketheric throws at us, I'm sure of it. I'll do my best, but there's every chance I'll fall to the curse or the cult before I reach the city. Don't count on me and assume no aid is coming. Work with Jaheira. That Harper's mind is as sharp as her blade. Follow her guidance. Farewell. We'll meet again, God's willing.
Heard you're meant to be heading toward the towers.
You heard right.
With a single word, Florrick could charge the coast's most powerful force with taking back the Grand Duke. We ought to be doing just that, not babysitting this stump. And yet, orders are orders.
So Gortash is a lord now. I'd like to clap eyes on this Steel Watch of his. You already know the story. I was Gortash's bodyguard, loyal as they come, when he made the deal with Zariel. She got a test subject for her infernal engine. I never found out what he got. This is the kind of man who gets a title. Authority. Makes me sick.
Me too. A man like that has no place in power.
No. But they always seem to get it, don't they?
Well met.
So the cultists have taken your father to Moonrise Towers. Florrick's confirmed it.
Then we know our mission. All roads converge at Moonrise.
Can we trust Florrick?
I was 11 when the Counselor spotted and slayed an assassin who stalked father from the shadows. I was 13 when she brought word of a goblin warband advancing on Rivington. Her keen scouting saved 100 lives that day. The Counselor's loyalty to my father is beyond question. She's as steady as Tyr's heartbeat, as upstanding as the Sword Mountains. Father's at Moonrise Towers, and we need to save him.
Well, the cult must have some reason for taking your father. But what?
They want violence, they want control, they want Baldur's Gate. Who better than Grand Duke Ravengard to surrender it? Who better than the commander of the Flaming Fist to dismantle its defenses? They will infect him, and the city's guardian will become its ruin, unless we put a stop to it.
To Moonrise, then. We can't let the Absolute take Grand Duke Ravengard.
We can't and we won't. The shadows be damned.
Flame Color. That's your name, isn't it? Art Color? I'm Fistula.
Nathaniel and me climbing up a tree.
We need you, sir. One of our own's been taken, a Grand Duke. You might know something that could help us bring him back. We found him out in the shadows, just wandering. Nothing survives out there for long. Don't know how he made it, or where he came from.
This is no physical ailment. It is a spiritual malaise. The man's mind has been gripped by the Shadowfell, yet it has not broken.
Glow will try to commune with the man's soul, and also try to block out whatever spell sound this is.
The tether connecting this man to his soul is stretched taut. You follow it, wading through inky shadows, his soul wandering in a dark space. He isn't just lost, but he has lost an object, something dear to him. The vision fades. Without a reminder of who he is, of what he held dear, his mind will remain lost to the darkness.
Okay, yeah, I can't deal with this sound anymore.
Wait! Take this letter. It was in his pocket. He doesn't seem to have any reaction to it now, but it might help.
Might be worth a gander.
So he was at the House of Healing. Wonder what he found.
Right here!
Okay, I think that's everyone on the ground floor, except for Jaheira.
Go on, finish that.
Please, be welcome. Have a drink.
Oh, my gods!
To your very good health.
Glory wants to be trusting, but just to be safe, she's gonna smell the wine first.
You perceive a faint hint of cloth grass, a herb that is said to elicit the truth. Jaheira smiles at you knowingly.
It doesn't spoil the taste, if that's what you're wondering.
This is pointless. I'm bound by oath to protect both life and nature. I'm no threat to you.
A noble proclamation. It must have made you quite thirsty.
Fine. I have nothing to hide.
Bottoms up. Well over a century old, and yet it hasn't lost a hint of flavor. Still not quite so sure about you, though. People tend to lose more than just flavor when illithids get their hands on them. I speak from experience. There's an air about you. Something alien. Answer me true and do not lie. The parasite is changing you, isn't it?
It's trying to change me, to win me over, but I'm resisting its temptations.
And you're certain you will continue to resist?
Yes.
Good. I will take your word for it. And hold you to it, too. I have every reason to be cautious. I've traced people like you. People with parasites in their brains. All the way here from Baldur's Gate. The cult of the Absolute is spreading through the city. Quietly, quickly, and with unsettling deliberation. We tracked them to this ancient village, only to be faced with a man we killed and buried over a century ago.
Who was... is... he?
General Ketherick Thorm. Remember that name. He's the leader of the Absolutists. He was a Sharan once. Took to building an army of dark justiciars beneath this very village. Alongside the local druids, we made it our business to see him deposed, dead and buried. But he's returned. Not only does General Ketherick Thorm live again, it seems he is no longer mortal. He has become, in fact, invincible. We met him on the road here, commanding an army of the Absolute, intent on destroying Baldur's Gate. I put an arrow through his eye myself, only to watch him pluck it out like a splinter. He healed right in front of me and chased us into the shadows. Things looked hopeless, but experience has taught me that no matter how bleak things look, there's always hope. You are that hope.
Hope is my specialty. How can I help?
Protected by your artifact, you can infiltrate his forces at Moonrise Towers, posing as a true soul. Find out what it is that makes him invincible, so we can strip him of his advantage. Once Ketherick is without his shield, the sword, together we assault his tower and put a final end to this blight.
You want to make use of my infection, but I want to be cured of it.
Any cure starts with understanding the disease. Whatever magic Ketherick's using to control these tadpoles, it must be at Moonrise. Until then, we keep drinking wine when we meet. Before you go, there's somebody else you should meet. You're not our only secret weapon. Isobel, a faithful cleric of Selûne, and a light in the darkness. She cast the moon shield around the inn. It's the only reason we're still alive. She's upstairs in her chambers. Tell her I sent you, and she'll see you through the shadows safely.
Oh, that's all right. I already have a lantern that protects me from the darkness.
I'm sure it's very fine. But lanterns have a tricky habit of going out when you need them. Let's not spurn what few gifts the gods choose to give us, hmm?
Just a couple more people to talk to before we head upstairs. Including...
Hiss! I say hiss!
Easy, kitty. I mean no harm.
And yet you harm me by your very presence. This is my territory, and you're in it.
My intentions are pure. I only wanted to admire you up close.
I'll allow it.
We'll quietly admire him.
You've had enough, now go. Quickly, hiss!
You seem like someone who knows what he's about. Heard anything interesting around here?
Good of you to notice. For my part, I have noticed the cleric is a liar. She promised me a bit of milk. But do you see any milk, do you? Nor do I. Disgraceful.
You are quite the cat. How did you come to this place?
I slinked, of course.
Of course.
Until then, keep watch. Keep wary.
Ah! You found your way. Good.
I told you I'd rescue Wilburn and the others. This is my first stop.
I haven't forgotten. And as it happens, I was making something to help you on your way. The brilliant retort will aid you. Thus, I will make it.
Anything I can do to help?
Unless you've got access to a 300-year-old Tempusian apothecarial almanac? No. But that's for me to worry about. You do whatever it is you do. Some of us are counting on you.
Tempusian apotha what?